Aloha and welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me in today's live stream and podcast. My name is Paul Fletcher, and this is The Healing Source. It's very, very awesome to be connecting with all of you again. And this week is week number 2 in the new series. And this series is on the nature, power, and significance of the chakras and their effect on your health and wellness. If you missed last week's introduction, then you missed a really, really powerful explanation. And in last week's introduction, I went into how the chakras are part of the space of the human body, how we literally are in 99.999% space and very, very, very little matter. The reason I share that with you is because the space affects the matter. And so the chakras reside in the space. And I went into more detail in last week's explanation as to why it's so important to understand the nature, power, and significance of the chakras and how they can affect the space, and then how the space can affect the matter. Almost all of our emotions affect our space. Our state of mind, our mindsets affect our space. And when we start to realize those interconnectivities, and more importantly, when we start to recognize the origination point of how those emotions and how those mindsets, attitudes, and beliefs enter our field and our vibration, then we can utilize the Tao wisdom to help to release and transform those negative mindsets, attitudes, beliefs, and those unpleasant, imbalanced emotions, which, when left to wreak havoc on our vibration, can create significant health benefits. Significant health problems. And when we utilize these skill sets that Dr. and Master Sha has brought to us through the Tao wisdoms, then we can learn how to work with the chakras, work with the spaces of the body to help transform those negative messages and energy and matter. And accordingly, our physical health and our overall wellness is measurably enhanced. So go back and watch that if you missed it last week. And if you're new to this podcast entirely, then please make sure that you subscribe. You can find me at The Healing Source on any of the podcasts that are out there, and subscribe on your favorite one. Or you can go to my website, wellspringoflight.com. So welcome to everyone who's joined me live on this live stream. Great to have you here. And today I'm going to be focusing on the first chakra. In this series, I will spend 30 minutes dedicated time on each chakra. And since this is intended for all those that will stumble across this at some point in the future, then I spend a little more time on the explanation of the chakras, not as much time on the practices. Whereas if you're a seasoned student, of course, you want more time on the practices. But for someone that's new, you need a good amount of time, 50%, to understand the nature of them. So let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we? The first chakra, I'm going to go ahead and share a screen with you. The first chakra is also often referred to as the root chakra. Now you'll see on my screen, and for those on podcast you can't see, I'm referring to it as a soul house. And one of the reasons why is because Dr. and Master Sha, as I explained in last episode, works very closely with the source, meditates all the time, receives very pure insights and guidance. And many years ago, well over 20 years ago, he was asked to not call them chakras, but to call them soul houses. And when he asked why, heaven informed him, because the soul is in the process of becoming a fully enlightened being. And in that enlightenment process, it moves through what you call the chakras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like it's a house. Your body houses the soul. So as the soul becomes fatter, happier, healthier, wiser, more aligned with the light and love, then it also rises up while it's becoming fatter, happier, and healthier with the light and the love that it is receiving. And so that's why it's called a soul house. All right. So what are some of the benefits of this soul house? Well, as indicated, it is called the root chakra, and it is at the base of your torso. So in terms of if you want to know exactly where your first chakra is, a good way to find it is you squeeze your anus and then hold for a few seconds, and it's in between your anus and your genitals. There's an acupuncture point there called the Hui Yin acupuncture point. We'll speak about that in a few minutes. And then it's just above that inside your body. It's a fist-sized energy center. So actually that's very, very large for those of you that had no idea about chakras. Now, it is also often referred to as the sacred powerhouse for connecting to Mother Earth. It is the Yin sacred powerhouse. So this area, as I indicated, is referred to as the Hui Yin, not Wei Yin, as in W-A-Y, not the Wei Yin, it's Hui, H-U-I, Yin, as in Yin, female nurturing energy, because this point connects to Mother Earth. The Wei Yin communicates with Mother Earth, and it represents Mother Earth's Yin, feminine nature, whereas heaven represents the Yang nature, and that comes into the crown. So when we get to the 7th chakra later in this series, you'll get more information on that. Now, one thing that is important to understand is that this area, this first chakra, or this gathering point of the Hui Yin, is key. It is key for healing the whole body. Remember, we talked about spaces. So when you work with this chakra and you understand it and you empower it, you're actually empowering the whole body. It is a vital point for healing all kinds of sickness. Now, side note, Master Sha in one of his events was talking about how when he was in acupuncture school, a person was brought in and they had drowned. And apparently they had drowned 30 minutes ago. And they weren't breathing. There was no movement. There was no life. They brought him into the acupuncture school. Why, I don't know. The headmaster ripped off the pants of this person, and they proceeded to put a needle in the Hui Yin acupuncture point, which is the space of skin between the genitals and the anus. And instantly, as it was explained in the story, instantly this person came back to life. So it is a very important area of the body. Hugely important. So it is where the gathering point of life force energy is from Mother Earth. And by acupuncture point, that person returned. So every RNA, DNA needs yin and yang balance. The Hui Yin point, this point right where the first chakra is, can serve to balance the yin and the yang in every part of your body. When you balance yin and yang, there is no more sickness. This is an ancient secret. Balance yin and yang, there is no more sickness. The Hui Yin point is the yin point. The crown chakra is the yang point. So you want this area to be very strong and very balanced. It is the foundational energy center for the other 6 soul houses. Let's talk about that a minute. So the other 6 soul houses or chakras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, are very important, obviously, but the first chakra is the key in developing the other 6. Isn't that interesting? This is information that I never would have known. Fortunately, I have a very good teacher. And what he shared is that the Hui Yin point is the key for developing many of the human being's special abilities. What does that mean? Well, a special ability, for example, is the ability to see through things. You've heard of some teachers and masters that can see directly into the body with their eyes open. There is stories of great masters in time that walk on water, like Jesus, and there are others that fly. And some people believe that, some people don't. The point is, these are abilities that are capable for any human to achieve once their light body, their body that is not of the physical, that every one of us are developing over time, once their light body becomes fully developed, then these special abilities are possible. And the key to that is the first chakra. It is also the sacred powerhouse for developing confidence and physical stability. If you know anyone that loses their balance a lot, very likely they have very weak lower energy centers. And so if you think of it like a pyramid shape, a pyramid has a very wide bottom and a pointed tip. You want your chakras to be strengthened very similarly. You want a very strong base, and you want to empower all the chakras such that their qualities and abilities are enhanced at the maximum level. In the human race, the vast majority of humanity has their chakra alignment and the empowerment of their chakras out of balance. Too much emphasis on the fifth and the sixth, the mind, the throat, vocalizing yourself, acting out, speaking out, being overly aggressive in our voice and in our thoughts, thinking too much, not even being able to sleep because we think too much. And this means basically that our upper chakras are overly active and out of balance, and our lower ones are not strong enough. We want to build the human body like the shape of a pyramid when we bring balance to the chakras in the appropriate area. And then they provide a healthy structure for your soul to move through the soul houses. So confidence and stability are keys for this function and feature of the first chakra. Now, additionally, it is a sacred powerhouse for longevity, long life. When you have a strong, empowered first chakra, first soul house, you can live a lot longer. How is that possible? Because your life force needs to move through your body in a circle. And as we get to the final chapter in this series, we're going to talk about that entire channel called the Chi channel. If there's any blockages along the way in that Chi channel, your life force and longevity will be reduced. But one of the major blockage areas is right here in the first chakra. So when it is empowered, it significantly impacts the others. And in a few more slides, you'll understand a deeper reason why. This area is also the sacred powerhouse area for singing. And in Master Sha's wisdom, many of his teachers, many of his students have a desire to help and serve humanity. So they have become healers. Some receive what's called Tao hands to heal. Some heal through dance and some through song. And those that have learned to heal through song have been given very special transmissions to sing from their first chakra, metaphorically speaking, but also physically speaking. And this actually is one of the highest unknown wisdoms of the great master singers in the world. They know about this particular wisdom. So if you have a desire to sing or to heal people through song, then learn more. Go to drsha.com, drsha.com, and learn more. And you can become a Tao song healer. But mental note, you will be asked to empower your first chakra. Now, additionally, the soul, mind, body of relationships is expressed in the first soul house. And that's kind of common sense. Relationships, especially romantic ones, tend to encompass sexual activity. And naturally, that activity is related to the first chakra, the first soul house. That's where the genitalia is. That's where the sexual organs are. And so this area can be positively or negatively impacted by the association of the empowerment of this first chakra. So our relationships, the soul, heart, mind, and body of our relationships can be expressed through this soul house. When someone empowers this area, they have less lust is a good way to put it, and a greater desire to have healthy, fulfilling, loving relationships that are not centered around the sexual intercourse aspect. That is not ruled out, and certainly that's enjoyed. But the difference is it is no longer the driving force because that area is then in balance. Whereas someone who has imbalanced energies down there, weak energies down there, what's called a leaky body in the first chakra, there's a great deal of lust. There is imbalances when it comes to relationship, and very possibly it could be related to negative information and messages already within their soul's aura, within their field, and it could be from their or their ancestors' mistakes in previous times. Okay, not enough time to go into any depth in that one, but there could be some soul blockages in this area. You can call it negative information, bad karma, whatever you want to call it, but this could absolutely affect this area. Now, that could also affect the physical body. So some people have constant viral activity down there, or bladder infections, or things of that nature. It has been validated, proven many times, that people with consistent issues in the lower part of the body, that when they get Tao light balls and really, really, really empower that first chakra, those kinds of things go away. The bladder infections go away. The diseases associated with that area go away, because the frequency is such that those lower energy vibrations cannot survive. So you can choose to believe that or not, but we already have plenty of validated proof on that. Mind blockages are also negative attitudes, ego, and attachments that they can tend to block this area too. So you could have negative mindsets, attitudes, and beliefs around sex, sexual activity, your worth, your value, your beauty, or your lack thereof. You could have had some negative experiences where you were taken advantage of sexually. You could have been raped. You could have been harmed in that area. And all of this creates vibration, either positive or negative, that remains on your field, on your vibration. And so if that's some of those things on the negative side happen to you, then you need to contact a central leader or a master teacher, myself, somebody who has Tao healing authorities and abilities, and we can help you to transform that negative information, get it off your vibration, get it out of your system, teach you some advanced skills and skill sets so that no longer blocks you down there. Because for many people, actually, even if they're with a good person, because they fear being taken advantage of, etc., this can be transformed by releasing and removing the negative information that's already on the vibration. You just need to find someone that has the authorities and the power and ability to do that. Additionally, this is referred to as the engine. The first chakra is referred to as the engine of the other 6 energy centers. It's in the Buddhist teachings referred to as the Hui Di Lun, HUI-DE-LUN, Hui Di Lun, which translates to the gear at the bottom of the sea. Now, the gear at the bottom of the sea. So I want you to think about that in terms of like have you ever seen in any of the animated pictures or even live, the largest gear on the watch, and as it moves, the smaller splines, the teeth of the splines of the other gears interact with it, and then the largest gear moves the smaller gears, right? You know what I'm talking about? So that's exactly how it's been described for this first chakra, the first soul house. The splines or the gear, the first soul house, moves chakra 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 upstream. If your first chakra is weak, then the other chakras, they don't spin and vibrate and carry as much oomph in their function. Additionally, if there is blockages in any of these chakras and or the space between them, then the chi flow cannot move in the direction and with the level of sufficiency that is needed. So the chi flow naturally goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then down the Y jiao in the back of the body. And again, if you don't know what I'm saying, you'll learn more. Come back each podcast and I go over each chakra and the Y jiao and the chi channel in depth. But if this chi is not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down the back, in a natural flow, which for the vast majority of humanity it is not, then the side effect of that is low energy, poor health, inability to move through and past certain things in our life with any level of efficiency, and the side effects are thousands, numerous. When we have a very strong first chakra, we can move through and past a great deal of these blockages uh, for so many reasons, but one of the main ones being that the other chakras have a chance to be cleared out much easier. Now, again, some of this might not make a lot of sense without a deeper understanding of the interconnectivity of the chakras, space, and matter. I covered that in the initial podcast last week. I set the stage for what I'm doing now. So if you're still a little confused about that, go back and listen to the first one. That will break free any confusions you might have. Now, with the final 9 minutes that I have here, I want to do a practice. So let's work together with that. And we're going to specifically work with boosting and empowering the first chakra. We're going to use the 4-power technique, which is sound power. We're going to use the sound power hey, just like the food that horses and cows eat, except it's spelled HEI, hey, and it is a sound power that when you chant it, especially when you place your mind, one of the 4 powers, on your first chakra area, it will vibrate that area and start consolidating frequency and vibration to help you move the chi. Okay. Hey, 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 hey. You're going to do that with me. I want you to close your eyes when we do this practice. I want you to visualize light in your first chakra. Remember, it's fist sized. It's at the base of your torso, and it's a light ball. And that light ball, we want to build more light in it and around it, and we want to condense that light. We don't want to expand it outside of us. We want to pull it in and condense it. Okay, so that's your creative visualization to go with the sound power. The soul power, which we're going to do now, is connecting to that first chakra and giving it instructions. Okay, and the body power, which is where we place our hands, we're going to put one palm over the other, where the center of your palm is over the back of the center of your hand, and we're going to place both palms facing your first chakra. Now, you can't really sit on both hands. That's kind of an impossibility unless you have exceedingly long arms. Okay, so we're going to face our first chakra, and I want you to squeeze your anus for just 2 or 3 seconds so you get a comprehension of where am I at? Where am I putting my focus? And just inside your body, see that fist-sized energy center. Let us close our eyes, and we're going to chant hey. So deep breath in, see the light. Hey. Breathe in. Hey. Squeeze for a second and release. Breathe in. Hey. Hey. Now I want you, as we continue to chant, I want you to squeeze on your own occasionally. This helps to bring empowerment to this area. It also closes off energy escape. The chi that goes around the body in a circle can escape in 2 places, and one is right here where you squeeze. That's where the energy breaks. So by squeezing, you're actually reconnecting that energy, causing the chi to go around in a circle again. Deep breath in. Hey. And when I say squeeze, I don't mean hold it forever because that would be hard, but just squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go. Deep breath in. Hey. Hey. Now let's chant Hey 3 times. And each time you chant, see light gathering from 360 degrees. It's coming through Mother Earth, through the base of your feet, up your legs, and into your base of your torso. It's coming through the crown of your head. It's coming through your skin. See the light coming from 360 degrees, gathering and condensing. Let us chant Hey 3 times. Deep breath in. Hey, hey. See the fish size energy center? Hey. 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 One more time. Breathe in. Hey. Hey. Beautiful. So that was only about 4 or 5 minutes of solid chanting for your first soul house, your first chakra. Ideally, you want to do this in a meditative, conditioned state where you're very focused. You don't have any interruptions. You do it for about 15 minutes. Now, you do not have to chant out loud. You can do half and half out loud, half silent, perfectly okay. When you give condensed time and effort to any particular chakra, you are telling heaven, please help me to focus on this area. If you want to increase the efficacy of any of these practices, take time. Invite the soul world. Dear the source, dear all my spiritual fathers and mothers, I love you. I would be so grateful if you would come. Bless the further development of this chakra that I'm focusing on. And when you do that, you can significantly enhance the light that you're bringing into that area. A lot of the healers that I work with, they already have what's called Tao light balls, and they have other treasures and transmissions that assist in bringing much, much more light to these areas. So when you spend time each and every day, even if it's just 5 minutes, you can significantly bring great impact to your overall health and wellness. My teacher would say, if you want to know if a pear is sweet, then taste it. If you want to know if practicing with your chakras will make a difference, then experience it. Now, through the remainder of this series, I will cover each one of the chakras, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. And you will discover that each chakra has an association with the space that it represents. The second chakra represents the lower abdominal region. So all the physical matter in the lower abdominal region can be quite positively impacted. If you have lung issues or heart issues, the fourth chakra is actually directly associated with that area of your body. So by positively impacting the heart chakra through specific practices, your breathing can improve. Mid-back pain can dissipate. Your heart can become stronger, and so forth. And this is what I meant when I taught last week and remind you of today. Heal the space first, and the matter will follow. The Master Sha statement, heal the soul first, and the energy and the matter will follow. Well, we work with these practices to move the chi, to move and enhance the life force energy. Therefore, the physical matter, which is impacted by the energy itself, has to adjust. Remember, the basic wisdom is if you have a suffering in any part of your life, in any part of your physical body, doesn't matter where it is, if you have a suffering there, that means that there is an accumulation of negative messages on your vibration. It's on your soul first, because you are a soul before you're a body. So your soul is carrying this negative information. Could have been from this or another lifetime. That part doesn't really matter, but know clearly that it is there. And that negative information is in the space, okay? And then that space affects the matter. That space affects the sore neck. That space affects the heart. That space affects the sore knee. Doesn't matter where it's at in your body. It's the space where it originates at. And so when we do these practices, we are affecting what? The space, which then affects the matter. This then becomes the foundation of why it's so important to work with the 7 chakras to clear the blockages within the space. Because as we do, Mother Earth's life force, life enhancing frequency and vibration, the yin energy, half of our entire life force energy is Mother Earth's yin energy. It can then flow through us without impediments. And the heavens yang energy, the other half, can flow through us also without impediments because we are actively clearing blockages in the space. Then the chi can go hey hung hung ah shi yi wong yo through the 7 chakras and down the back. And naturally, the side effect is we feel much happier, much healthier, and our wellness is enhanced. All right. So I look forward to seeing you next week when we return and we go into greater depth on the 2nd chakra. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you need more information or you want to be active in your own health and wellness, come to my website, wellspringoflight.com, and I will see you very soon. Until then, have an awesome day, everybody. Bye-bye.